They Were Here Before by Corinne Samuels, Chapter 19, Nathan. The heavy rain slows us down considerably, but we make it to Antawishma without much incident. The rain has always had a very calming effect on me, but not today. Kesia is fitfully asleep in Antawishma's bed. There is sporadic fighting and screaming while she sleeps, which is so painful to watch, much like watching a car collide with a bear. Feeling too frail to assist. I wish I could help her, but how am I going to fight an invisible adversary? That sense of being powerless has got to be the single most debilitating feeling in the world. She revived her late in the night after Auntie gave her an elixir of herbs believed to be some of the most potent throughout Africa. She's bruised all over, even though we're not entirely sure how, because she wasn't hit that many times by the villagers. Thankfully, she's alive, and where there's life, there's hope. Everything else can be sorted out. At least, that's what they say. I reflect on all the cliches about hope, how it springs eternal in the human breast, etc. And not a single one is compelling enough to ease my troubled mind. By necessity, we have to spend the rest of the weekend here until Casey gets her strength back. We could actually drive back early Monday morning for work, which would give her 2 full days to recover since today is Friday. I can already tell that it is going to be a long night. I am still bewildered about what happened in the village. Shan, who is generally quiet, seems to have slipped far away into herself. She seems far removed from the present. I have to keep guard over both of them. Earlier, Shan told me what had happened about her vein being quite pronounced and pulsating. I actually saw it moving before the attack on Cassia. I am way too floored to process what has transpired and what is still trending. My aunt promises to explain things to us once Cassia is stronger. This I really have to hear. There's absolutely no explanation for all this. It is one of those misnomers that is too far fetched and too far removed from the realm of human comprehension to be considered real. Never in my wildest dreams could I or would I have predicted the day's events. To the Americans, we must seem so ratchet and savage, and how could anyone blame them? But the truth is, this is not our way. We are a warm and hospitable people. Even the very poor among us is the most hospitable of all of us. That is our way. This open hostility towards a poor defenseless girl is atypical of Africans, especially the Shangana people. I really hope she will accept my apology and forgive my people for their error in judgment. They must have mistaken her for someone else. But who? Shan. I have always felt that all human beings come with a wealth of experiences, and all the experiences are stored in a museum somewhere that we all can call upon at will, almost like a panoramic view, like we passed earlier. Therefore, we are beholden to humanity to share our experiences to contribute to this bank of lived experiences so that history does not repeat itself. However, I am still processing everything that has happened today. I will never be able to divulge all the things that happened in my dreamlike state. How could I be able to explain that to rational people? They are bound to think that I am crazy or worse, that I'm on drugs. As much as Nathan is a very perceptive person, this would not bode well with him. There is no way in hell I am ever telling anyone about that episode. Plus, it was so profoundly beautiful and personal that I am not even ready to share it or even have the words to share it. How? How many people get a chance to go back in time and meet their ancestors? This story is all mine now, but once I share it, it belongs to someone else to do with it what they please. It will become a part of their experience portfolio because even vicarious experiences contribute to making us who we are and impact how we evolve or devolve as humans. Cassia. I feel bruised all over and I'm in excruciating pain from the crown of my head to the sole of my feet. I'm in a house that I don't even recognize. I feel exhausted and my head is spinning. I think I have been sleeping for a whole day and I don't even know what day it is. Nathan has fallen asleep in the chair next to my bed. Well, someone's bed. He looks horrible. Poor guy. I am terrified to go back to sleep because all those invisible hands grabbing at me today, slapping me, have all appeared in my dream and they all have faces. Horrible faces. Not horrible as in ugly, but horrible as in hateful. Their faces are distorted with rage and bitterness. What have I ever done to inherit all of this? Why do they hate me so much? So much so that they haunt me continuously in my dream. I surmise that this is not just a dreamlike state. Their rage, though misplaced, is too heartfelt not to be real. The rage is too authentic, too intrinsic to be fake. What have I got myself into this time? I feel the heavy grip of sleep pulling me back into a world that I must flee, but like a small fish being pulled from the ocean, resistance is futile. It is useless to resist the overwhelming tug of sleep. I give up. I can't fight anymore. I have no more strength left. Ironically, I am surrounded by people who genuinely care, yet I must fight alone. I guess this is where I die. My poor mother, for sure she will die too. How will they explain cause of death to her? I have made it my responsibility to eat healthy, avoiding carbohydrates as much as possible. Stay hydrated, exercise when I can, practice yoga, and being kind, moisturize, mind my own business. Now look at me. If I live through this, I am going to try every single ice cream flavor there is.